Hey, Facebook world. Hello, ladies. So I've been coming on live video for the last 22 days to do the push-up challenge, which is friggin' awesome. And I just feel like I need to come on live right now. It is Wednesday night, Wednesday 8:35 at night. And I decided I was going to do a wine video and just talk. Let's just talk real life issues. Let's just talk about how our bodies we are more than our bodies. Let's just talk about how we have more to offer the world than just our bodies. And let's talk real talk about the scale and how I want you to stop weighing yourself. The scale, honest to goodness, is a liar. Your body will fluctuate weight many times throughout the day, many times throughout the week. And if you attach your self-worth to that number at the end of that scale, you're asking for trouble. So let me ask you this question. Do you weigh yourself? And if you weigh yourself, do you weigh yourself numerous times throughout the week? Do you weigh yourself every morning? Do you weigh yourself every night? Let's just have this honest talk right now. So this is honest talk. Do you weigh yourself every day? Do you weigh yourself numerous times a week? And let's explore the feelings that come behind weighing yourself. So I don't know if anybody's brave enough to answer. I see one person is watching, so that's cool. Hello, whoever you are. I don't know who, I can't see who is on. But that's my question. So let's wait and see. I'll show you what I'm drinking because this is the cutest bottle of wine ever. It has a little heart. I'm not sure if anybody's ever tried this wine, but if you're into wine, it's really friggin' good. And it's the cutest bottle ever. But yeah. Tonight's question, oh, somebody was giving me thumbs up. That's awesome when I wasn't looking. So tonight we're having some tough love talk all about the scale and how I think that you should stop weighing yourself. And more importantly, you should stop putting your self-worth in what that number reflects back to you. So I'm going to ask you again, and if anybody's brave, go for it. And if not, I'll talk. I love talking, and I've been saying forever that I was going to do a wine scope, ladies, so if you have wine, grab yourself a glass and let's chat. I can tell you, first off, that I used to weigh myself numerous times a day. Numerous times a day. And I would step on that scale and hold my breath because that number would determine how the rest of my day would plan out. Right? So I don't know if you have ever experienced that or felt something similar, but I know I'm not the only one. I actually know many women who live and die by that number on the scale, who frequently ask me to guess what they weigh on a day-to-day basis, which is very sad to me now because I can actually see that they're stuck, right? And that number actually means nothing in the grand scheme of things. So yeah, there was a time, hey Gina, there was a time where I used to weigh myself all the time. I weighed myself for fun, just because I was going to do a video like this. I weighed myself for fun, would it be Wednesday? I weighed myself on Monday. It said I was 165. Okay, it's my moon time. I weighed myself this morning, I'm 160. Now, did I gain and lose 5 pounds of fat? No. Right? It's water, right? Did I change anything in my eating patterns to drop that 5 pounds? No, absolutely not. So that number by itself means nothing. I changed nothing in my diet. I changed nothing in my training. But I just wanted to show you girls that that number by itself is bullshit. Okay? So I hope that there's no little kids. I'm really sorry. Sometimes I drop little bombs. But yeah, there was a time that I would weigh myself day to day and I would determine how my self-worth would play out that day based on that number. So if you are stuck in that pattern, I'm going to challenge you to get rid of that scale. Now, sometimes that's a scary thing. So what you can do is just hide it, bring it to somebody's house, put it somewhere where it's so hard to get to, because, you know, sometimes it becomes like an addiction. And I'm very well aware of that. So if you're able to hide the scale to make it hard for you to get to, and we're going to start to really slow down the amount of times, or like limit the amount of times. So if you're weighing yourself daily, I'm going to get you to like not go cold turkey, because that could be hard. It is an addiction. But instead, maybe you could weigh yourself 2 times a week, 3 times a week, you know, and then we're going to eventually get it to where you're not weighing yourself. I want you to find other ways that validate you, because that number by itself means absolutely zilch. Another thing that I wanted to talk about, especially because right now I'm doing my Summer Sweat Sessions challenge. So many women were in week 2. They're doing their workouts. And if you're not in my challenge, that's cool. Don't worry about it. But let's just talk the grand scheme of things. Many women, they'll start a nutrition program, which PS, meal plans are bullshit. If you're on any kind of meal plan, please get off. Email me. Let's talk about it. Meal plans teach you nothing about sustainability, and they teach you nothing about how to think and eat for your own body, okay? So they don't help you. It's just a Band-Aid. So fast forward. So if you are following and you're eating food and you're feeling good, and you start a workout program and you're feeling good, and then what happens? You step on the scale. That is the worst thing you can do. Why? Especially if you're starting any kind of new program. Because guaranteed, you will probably still be the same amount of weight, or, goodness me, you're up a few pounds. Now what happens? You start to feel like complete shit. You start to put that pressure on yourself that you're not working hard enough and something's not working with the program, and you start to beat yourself up. So this is what I'm telling you. That is the worst place to be in. So if you have a scale near you and you weigh yourself on a daily basis, I want you to hide that thing, right? I want you to experiment on not weighing yourself every day, and especially if you're starting any kind of new program. I want you to find value and appreciate yourself beyond that number, okay? So, and this is why. There's 2 things that will happen with you doing this. Number 1, you're going to feel like a freaking loser, okay? So you have the potential to feel like a loser, start to beat yourself down. That whole self-hate, that whole, all those negative emotions start coming in, because you're like, oh my gosh, I've been working so hard and it is not working, right? So this is where you can get stuck in. And then what will happen as a result of that, you have 2 options. You can say, F it, and just quit everything. Doesn't matter if you started feeling good and you started really feeling sassy and you were rocking life and you felt that energy and things just you felt more peppy, right? The minute you step on that scale and you see that the number is not reflecting what you're feeling, that's one option which you can do. You could be like, oh my God, this sucks. I'm wasting my time. Which, by the way, ladies, let me just tell you, health is non-negotiable. We are all getting older. There's only one thing that's guaranteed in life, that we will eventually pass. So why not make the most of our life, right? Why not try to live as healthy as possible? And by healthy, I don't mean like staying stuck in a meal plan. I mean like enjoying life. Like right now, I'm having a bit of wine. Nothing wrong with that. So that is one mindset you can get stuck in, and then you'll just throw it all away and start program jumping, finding somewhere else to go. Or you can be resilient. And by practicing resiliency, you can say, you know what? I'm not going to weigh myself. And if you do, that's fine. And just realize I'm more than that number. I'm more than this body. I'm more than whatever, right? You can go by how you're feeling and harness that energy, right? I have so many clients that work with me. They start to feel amazing, right? They're shining, they're glowing, they feel good. We're working towards removing labels from food, because ladies, trust me, if you are, again, I'm going to say it, if you're on a meal plan, get off of that meal plan. Talk to me. We're working towards removing labels from food, because food is food. Yes, there is food that is more nutritionally like optimal for you, and then there's food that is less nutritionally optimal, but we don't always just eat to feed our bodies. We are complex emotional beings, and there's nothing wrong with that. So we need to work deeper to see why we choose certain things in life. But the minute we remove the labels, you are free. So this is what I work a lot with women, right? And anybody who went through my anti-diet boot camp, thanks for the hearts and thumbs up. Anybody who went through my anti-diet boot camp, and that course, that free e-course is still available. We go through those steps. We go through learning how to detach ourselves and detach the moral labels that we put on things, right? You need to let that go. And that is a skill that is practiced, right? This is me speaking after 3 years of being stuck on a meal plan. So, you know, I did meal plans for 3 whole years, and the last 2.5, I've been really rechanging my programming and my thought process because it wasn't working. It wasn't working, right? So by developing resiliency and by developing just the way of thinking of yourself, self-compassion, and realizing that you are so much more than what any silly number or any silly size, right, can ever determine. Those things mean nothing. If you are healthy here and healthy here, it doesn't matter. Right? So the body will go where the mind goes. So if you don't have a healthy mind, you for sure don't have a healthy body, regardless of whatever size you are. You need to be healthy here. And if you're stressing about your meals, and if you're stressing about your next workouts, I can tell you right now, you are not healthy. Right? So winning at life is just being able to enjoy your family, your friends, your family, being able to enjoy wine guilt-free. It's living, right? So if you weigh, your message is almost, I can't hear, sorry. Your message is almost, I'll wait to see what you're saying. So it's just really learning, like, listen, you're more than that. So if you are in any kind of new program right now, I'm going to tell you, do me a favor and hide that scale, okay? If you want to measure progress, because yes, you can measure progress, and I'm not saying the scale is not a tool at all that is used to measure progress, but when you are fresh into a new program and we're fragile, almost exactly like Whole 30 Message. I don't know what Whole 30 Message is. Is that a website, or is that, I'm not sure what that is. I'll have to check that out. But thanks. We're fragile. I'm going to say it right out. We are fragile. Why do I know that most women are fragile? Because we live in a society that feeds us the message that we are not good enough. Every day we are fed messages that we are not good enough. You need this makeup. You need this car. You need these clothes. You need this job. You need, everything is measured to make us, is fed to us that we're not good enough. So we are fragile beings. We're always questioning if we're doing something right. We're always looking for the another best program, right? And program jumping is really not recommended. So unless you're in a program that absolutely does not work for you, fine. But trying to find quick fixes can guarantee that it's cheap and dirty. So anything that promises you quick results, fast and quick results, I can guarantee you that it's cheap and dirty, and it will come back. All of it. Just eating whole foods, kicking the scale to the curb, and learning to eat well. Cool. Yeah, exactly. So it's just learning to eat for yourself. Cool. I'll have to check that out. I've never heard of that, Whole 30. So we're fragile beings. And when we first start a program, we are even more fragile. So by weighing ourselves and by questioning ourselves, like, it's just not helping, right? So it's really seeing past that number, and really harnessing how you're feeling, right? Because sometimes when we start a new program, we start a little bit of a workout, or you start trying new recipes, and you get that pep, you get that motivation, you get that momentum, right? And then when the motivation falls, because ladies, I'm going to tell you, motivation always falls. There is no such thing as it riding all the time. Motivation comes and goes, just like rainbows. And the only thing to get that motivation to come back is action. So the best example I have is like cleaning your house. Who the hell loves to clean? Some women do. I don't. There's certain things I love doing, but you know, organizing and cleaning my house, and I live in a boy house, so any moms who have boys can understand me. And what do? Do I let my house just go? Obviously not. I have strategies to put in place. I'll play the music, I'll start singing, I'll do one chore that I like to do, and then the motivation just comes. And then those days, I'm unstoppable. I'll start organizing, categorizing everything, and then realize that 4 hours have gone and my house is immaculate, which unfortunately it never stays like, but it's just, those are good examples. We don't always have motivation, but action, putting it into action, that will get that motivation to come again. Stepping on a scale is guaranteed to stall your motivation, because that number you are not in control of. If you're on your moon time, if you're stressed out, if you ate something super high sodium, yes, wine. Very good. I've never tried that. Right now I'm having it now because my mama chores are done. But yeah. Moon time, stressed out, you're not sleeping. Sleep women is huge. A lot of women, like, I know your stories. A lot of you women are sharing your stories, and you don't get enough sleep. So no sleep, it's gonna show, right? You're stressed out. If you have injuries, like I have a low back injury that acts up all the time, inflammation, right? So all these things play with that number that you're not in control of. So you can be doing everything by the book and trying to be perfect, and it's not going to work, right? Another message that I wanted to share with you is don't let good enough be the enemy of perfect. So sometimes we just go through the motions, right? You don't feel like, cooking supper, or you don't feel like doing your workout. That's cool. You go through the motions, you do good enough, and good enough cannot be the enemy of perfect, because good enough is at least done. It's better to do than not do. You see what I'm saying? But guaranteed, if you're weighing yourself, that's going to be a huge motivation staller. That's going to be a huge setback in your mindset of how you're going to get towards your goal. And I have a lot of women that email me back and they'll ask, hey, Rox, they'll email me and they'll say, I don't understand. You say that I need to learn how to accept my body, but I want to change it. But those are two different things. You can accept where you are now while you're working towards where you want to be, but in a healthy way. So the reason that I started Feed That Glow, for anybody that doesn't know me, is because I used to be a competitor, and I did a few bodybuilding competitions, and I was stuck on those meal plans, and I was stuck in the gym, and my life revolved around meals and workouts. Like, I'll never get that time back. It is done. It is done. I don't regret it. I don't live with regrets. But it just made me realize that that wasn't a healthy mindset neither, because then I developed all these food phobias and FOMOs, fear of missing out. I had food rules, food obsessions. I started binging. And I'm not saying it's because of the bodybuilding at all. I'm not blaming any coaches. This was all on me. It's human. It's human nature. And some of us have that instinct to just, these things can just spin off of each other. So when I got stuck there, I realized, whoa. And in all honesty, even when I was show ready, which, by the way, women, you can't be show ready ever. Like, you don't stay. It's not healthy to stay in that low body fat. Your body needs fat. Your organs need fat. Your brain needs fat. I still hated myself. I can honestly tell you, I hated myself way more then, and picked myself apart way more then. And I have women that say, oh my God, you look so incredible. I didn't even enjoy it. It was the worst part of being in my head, because nothing was perfect. And this is where I realized that perfection is bullshit. Perfection does not exist, right? So we look at magazines and we look at models, they don't even look like themselves. Everything is photoshopped, and you guys know this, right? So it's hard to know what's real and what's not, right? So then we start to weigh ourselves because we think, well, the model weighs this, so I have to weigh that. No, you don't. You weigh what is good for you, right? And you need fat on your body. Like, you need to be feeding your bodies. Another thing that I learned from those days is there is the clean eating stuff. And I mean, forgive me if you are a big believer of the clean eating. That's fine. We can agree to disagree. But I hear this language of cheat meals and treat meals. Well, let me tell you, how healthy is that? I used to live that lifestyle, and because my meal plan didn't allow for me to, let's say, have a banana, I could binge 4,000 calories, whereas I should have just said F it and eat the stupid banana, which is just 100 calories or whatever. You know what I mean? So you fall into this trap of like earning your food mindset. Well, how is that healthy, right? It's not. And then you eat something and you feel extreme guilt and shame. How is that healthy? It's not. So Feed That Glow is about feeding your mind, feeding your body, and feeding your passion for life. You are more than some stupid scale. You are more than any number on it, any size, pants, dress, whatever. You're more than that, right? You're more than the food you eat. So it's learning how to detach good and bad. And if you use these languages in your vocabulary, I want you to pay attention. I want you to pay attention tomorrow for fun, just for fun. Listen to how women speak. You'll hear it. And once you hear it, you can't unhear it. So listen really closely, right? It's not, I was good today because I had a salad and I was bad yesterday because I ate a poutine. Food is food, right? So just eat it, enjoy it, move on. The minute you're able to detach good and bad, you are on your way to succeeding. Yes, whoever's thumbing me up, that's awesome. Keep giving me that stuff. So yeah, if you weigh yourself, I want you to hide your scale. Or take a sledgehammer to that bitch and beat the crap out of her. Thumbs up, we're liking it. You're more than that. So I don't know if anybody has any questions they want to ask me. When it comes to nutrition, we can dive way more deeper. But if you haven't done the anti-diet bootcamp, just ask me and I could for sure send you that link. It's a free little mini e-course, and it just really goes through what helped me get past that all or nothing mindset. Because the all or nothing mindset is really like not a healthy mindset, right? Being able to live and win at life on a day-to-day basis, that is hard, but it's healthy, right? Being able to say, yeah, I can have fries today, but I choose not to, not because I can't, right? I'm not a victim. I choose not to. That's hard, but it's empowering, right? And if you do decide to eat them, good for you, right? I'll send you the link. Yeah, I'll send you the link. I think you'll get 4 emails, so you'll be able to go through it all this week. And every email has a little homework assignment to do. So a little bit of a mindset work. Okay, oh, sweet, nice. And yeah, toasting to wine. And ladies, if you do have a scale, do me a favor and hide it. If you are like I used to be, weighing yourself every day, it's hard to go cold turkey and it causes you anxiety. I want you to put it somewhere where it's super hard to get to, and we're going to lower. We're going to make it hard to access, right? Until eventually you don't need to weigh yourself. I want you looking in that mirror and saying, damn straight, I'm Ceci, right? You choose happiness. You choose that Ceci vibe that you have, right? And you know what, ladies? And it is so true. Confidence is beautiful, right? Especially in the world that we live in, where they feed you good, you're not good enough. We live in a culture of not good enough, okay? And we are all products of the not good enough culture. But if you're able to be a rebel and say, F you, I love myself. And F you, I'm going to own myself. And F you, I'm not going to go by your norms. Then you are already on your way. Right? And I'm not saying, like, I am for sure women, I'm not saying that I have that confidence every day. I don't. Some days I have to talk to myself. I have to talk myself down from a ledge. Good. I'm happy you don't own a scale. Do not buy a scale. But there are times where I have to talk myself down from a ledge to be like, okay, Crystal, come on. You know, like this week, I felt so bloated. It was my moon time, right? You girls feel me? And you got to go past that. The difference between me, my mindset now, and my mindset 3 years ago is it when I dip down into those stories that we tell ourselves, and we all have stories, I'm able to pull myself out a little bit quicker. right? Because it's a skill I practice all the time. Self-compassion, humility, right? Resiliency. These are all things that play together. So yeah, it's a big deal, and I really want you girls to start practicing it. I had a friend, I'm trying to remember which friend it was, who told me the best way to fake it till you make it is walk like the sun is hitting your face. You just walk, you smile, the sun, that feels so good. And it's not in a snobby way, right? You just walk, you feel good, you smile. Like you start to smile and everything starts to light up, right? And your mindset, everything changes. Like you're able to choose happy every second of your day. So you're more than your number. You're more than that scale. You're more than anything, right? And you can do great things in life. And this is what gets me. You can do such incredible things, and I know so many women that have so many incredible talents, but they're afraid to do anything with it because of their bodies or because of they're afraid of what people think. I want you to harness that, right? And step out and be brave and let the haters hate. You love. Who cares? Just love, right? So that's all I got. It is 9 p.m. I promised a wine scope like months ago. I don't know if you girls like wine. Yeah, seeing the thumbs up. Some ladies just joined, so I'll show you this awesome bottle that I picked. Not sure if you girls have tried this, but it's really good. And look, it's got a little heart. That's why I bought it. Do you girls buy wine based on the bottle? Eh? Yeah, sweet. It is from Spain. But it is so cute, and it is very good. And see, love. Love right there. So with that, I think I'm going to say good night. And I will put the link for the Anti-Diet Bootcamp below. And what you girls are going to do for me, do me a huge favor and hide your scale, break your scale, don't buy a scale, and just own that. Own your sessiness, because sessiness is beautiful. And nobody is you. So you have amazing gifts and talents and amazing soul. Just be you. And that's all that matters. So peace, love. Have a good night, ladies. Ciao.